Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Gray Man Prepping. It is time for Survival Saturday, and tonight's topic is after the invasion. What are your plans? How's everybody doing out there? Okay, this one's going to be fun because we got several different ways to go on this, and we're going to try to go them all. And another one just came in here. Alrighty, so let's say hi to everybody. Get up here. So first one in was Tammy Harder, then Phelan Clan Wolf, Troop 1351, Mother Earth Garden Club, Walt Rogers, Shady Hill Homestead, Kaylin Strain, Geeky Gardens, Diana 2, Took by V, K Kim. First time seeing K Kim in here. Welcome. A wild Florida man appears. Oh, all right. So this is so I'm not sure which number this is, but yeah, we're up in double digits at least on the events explored, and so this one is after the invasion, and that's one of the things. Someone suggested this, and then someone else suggested it differently. And then I got another email suggesting it totally different. So we're going to look at several of them here. But first of all, we got to make sure of one thing that everybody, hang on a minute here. Got to get this over. There we go. Yeah. Come on, let's work. Come on, computer, work. There it goes. Warning, danger, Will Robinson. Fantasy Fear Porn Kool-Aid drinking zone ahead. And then who knows? Oh, then maybe not. Okay. All right. So causes for an invasion. There's a whole bunch of different causes for an invasion. So we're going to skip on this for a second. And we're going to look at it could be an invasion, as in as an Independence Day. Happy Mac, hey, welcome. There was another one, Sand People from Arrakis. That would be the I forgot what they're called. The Harkonnen are the bad guys, and the other ones I forget. I just forget what the indigenous people. Anyways, all right. So we're talking invasions from space now. We got two invasions from space here. No, House Atreides is what the prince and his mother, who becomes the Jesuit for the those on it. So I know the Atreides. I know that. There we go. Yes, the Furman. Yes, the Furman, which is short for free man. All right, let's look at the next one here. So then we got the invasion by criminal gangs and goofballs and stuff like that from back in the 70s. Then we got the other invasions coming here to hunt out the best warrior to, make sure that they're the best there is. Then there's just a plain old creepy one that just wants to devour everybody. So mitigation and recovery. Wait a minute, there were some others to go in there first. Let's see, E.T. Actually, hi, I'm from E.T. phone home, type thing. And then of course there is the southern border invasion that's going on right now, or was going on under Captain Crazy and his open border regime. But hey, guys, we don't have superheroes come in to save us. No, we don't have these guys coming in and And hang on, got to bring up the other one here. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. And we don't have these guys coming in to save us. Even though some of the guys here saved us from some of the other ones. So, all right. So let's talk about different types of invasions coming on here. All right. So we could have someone that's picked up one of our deep probes going, oh, these guys are coming to space. We got to stop them. We need to invade, take them over. Ooh, that planet has resources we can use for ourselves. Or, oh, they're smart enough to do this. They're smart enough for us to hunt. And then there is the other one where it's just, we just got, ones coming and say, oh, we our place is so bad, we're going to go to your place and turn it into like ours. Yeah. However, with that, I think it's absolutely funny that Orson Welles fixed it so that we didn't actually do it. Our germs did it in War of the Worlds. They caught our colds and they all died in War of the Worlds. We may not be able to do anything about it but sneeze on them and then watch them freak out. Yeah. As they start getting boils and bubbles and everything else from our, because they have absolutely no immune system to our bugs. Of course, it could be also the same thing around. They can come out and just go on us, and we start going dying. All right, let's see here. So let's take some common sense stuff. We'll go back to sci-fi. So there are two types of invasions I've talked about here. One is where what's going on from Captain Crazy and then opening up the border to all the illegals coming across. They are not undocumented. They are illegal. They're here illegally. They have violated the law. They are criminals and they need to be deported. But that invasion can go really, really big, and suddenly they're coming over by the thousands an hour across the border. And Utah Mike is here. One way to mitigate that is reinforce the borders a little bit better. Take what Trump's done so far and not double down, but triple down on. Which, if anybody didn't hear, the bill was passed to reimburse states that actually took the steps to enforce the border, and they can document their expenditures other than federal monies spent on it. They get paid back everything. Go ahead. Wrong one. There we go. Vanessa Kitty came in. Daniel Berry Sports Highlight. Corsair Trainers in the house. On official working status. Still doing stuff. Yeah. And he's setting up his rodent traps outside to catch the rodents, not illegal aliens, the rodents, and keep them out of his garden. All right. So mitigation, things to be taken care of at the border. Things to be taken care of with more stiffer laws and stuff. Things to be mitigated a little bit by letting countries know that if you have a bunch of people coming this way and you don't try to stop them, there's going to be sanctions against you. Just waiting for the courts to go ahead and rule on that and overturn the BS stuff that's been going on for the last 70 years, because technically, according to all the papers written about it and the documentation explaining it, if someone comes across the border and their parents are here illegally, they do not get to become a citizen if they're born here. So if parents are here illegally, the kid does not become a U.S. citizen. They just need to get the courts to go ahead and rule on that, and then everybody that was in here gets their citizenship revoked because they shouldn't have it in the first place. Doesn't matter if once the courts have ruled and reaffirmed and said, hey, everything they've been doing before was wrong. All those illegal birth certificates are null and void. But that's another story. Yeah. Anyways, so mitigating it, and then making sure that countries know to keep their to work harder to keep their citizens out of our country, and also to do what the Democrats used to do when like Obama and Carter were in there. Oh, they're here illegal, just ship them off. They get no due process. Yeah. Nope, that's not what the previous courts have ruled. If your parents are U.S. citizens, you go overseas and they're born over there, they are U.S. citizens. So that's already been ruled on. That's already been ruled. If one or more of your parents are U.S. citizens and you're born elsewhere, you are still considered a U.S. citizen, especially if both of them are. All right. So, anyways. Mitigation. So invasion of coming on that way. Then there's a military invasion. Two types of military invasion. One is where you got a radical country sanctioned force coming in, and aka terrorists and stuff. The other one is a invasion of a foreign power. So let's see, the last invasion, I believe, actually, I'm trying to correct it here. Well, okay. Pontchartrain was not on a sanctioned military unit, but the War of 1812 was an invasion. And then there was the Japanese invading the Aleutian Islands. That was an invasion. Yeah. So, anyways, so there is there is possibility of another country being invaded, and some people say that what's that, and how are we going to mitigate that? The way we mitigate it is we vote proper people to represent us into federal government, and not ones that are there to make money. Not the ones there that just make money and line their own pockets and bring people, anyways. And Kaylin says South American gang members have been arrested in Des Moines and other parts of Iowa. Yep. So we need against these type of invasions, we need to strengthen our laws, strengthen our border protection, and make sure we back our people on the border, and not say, oh no, you can't do that. Say, yeah, do your job, kick them out. Yeah. What else here can on this cover on it? Sometimes thinking all the military type stuff, just different types of things. We've had other ones come in. There could be, limited engagement. There could be. Oh, I forgot to put up Corsair's Trainer's favorite movie clip one from it. Dang. Oh, Dang, hang on a second. I got to put this up here for Red Corsairs. I bet he screams it out before I get a chance to put it up there. Over here. Let me go here so I can actually get in here and do this really quick for Corsair trainers. Did not work. Come on. Copy. Come on. Paste. Stupid thing. There we go. And there's the one for Corsair's trainers. Wolverines! Let's see how fast Steve comes in to respond. Wolverines! The Red Dawn. So, yeah, there he is. There he is. Yeah. So, yeah, there are several countries which would love to invade us. And there are parts of other countries that want to join us. That said, so okay, rock and roll invasion. Yeah, yeah. There were some adult. He's on a roll, folks. There were some folks back in the '60s that were actually freaking out over the Beatles invasion. So, and then hermits. The British are invading us again. The British are invading us again. And that brings up a whole other invasion I didn't even consider. There's also a cultural invasion. I don't want to step in on any toes on this one much because I think just every one of us came from a different culture here. But I know my ancestry cultures, all of them tried to blend in and become part of the American culture. There are other cultures coming in that are saying, no, we want you to become out of our culture. Yeah. Our country's bad, but we want our culture here. It's like if you want your culture here because you hate our culture, get out. All right. Go back up here. So, let's go to the spaceship guys. Yeah, like was said before, anyone that's smart that has the ability to get here, we're pretty much screwed, unless we happen to be very lucky and draw into an inside straight, like in the movie Battleship. Yeah, I know it's Battleship. Yeah, but thank you, Diana, too. So with an alien invasion, it can come different ways. It could come. Go back up here. It could come with these guys here coming in. Do I got another one after that? No. Or it could come via something more innocuous. That's not really an invasion, more as a tourist. How many of you remember the animated movie Chicken Little? Where the sky's falling. It's a piece off the ship that fell down and hit Chicken Little on the head. Yes, exactly. You know what? I'm not sure if Steve's done yet or not. Mark's here. All right, we're gonna have fun. You guys, you want to have fun up here? You can come up here. We can have some fun. Some of the others can come up here too. If you have like an ET or a Chicken Little type invasion where it's not an invasion, Kaylin, we're going to get to that in a minute. Where it's not a invasion, we're taking over. It's we just came to check you guys out. You guys are too weird. We're leaving. You guys can't. You guys are so confused. You don't know what's going on. You guys are so confused. You got men thinking they're women. We're leaving.
They're not thinking they are. Come on, man. Okay.
All right. They're on some weird mushrooms then.
Yeah. That's it.
But and then they're like Kaylin said that the TV show V, where
was that the one where there were reptiles that we
yes
skin suit? Yeah, I remember that one. I couldn't find it.
And some of them, I mean, you know, a lot of them are over here doing, you know, we're pretend to be good, and then they're actually invading. And then you have some say, oh, this, you know, I'm tired of this. This is wrong. We're gonna help the humans to survive, and maybe they'll let me.
Yeah, that's when they were like stealing the water, and somebody was in the vents on the ship and saw the one dude eating a gerbil or a rabbit or so. I remember that.
Yeah,
that was kind of traumatic to see that. I was like, wow.
Yeah. Alien Nation, I never watched that much. You know, when it was on, I was working or I was sleeping. So because of my shift. So I never really didn't see Alien Nation.
Oh, that was that the one with the cop and the alien?
Yes.
Okay.
That was the cop.
I saw pieces of that. I'm like, this is stupid.
Yeah. But when you come, you know, thing is, so, you know, if we have an space alien invasion, I don't think they're going to be coming here this way, piggybacking on other civilizations' equipment. Now, just something I forgot about, I was going to put in here. Here's another invasion from space. Bacteria, viruses.
Sure, everything survives in the complete, absolute vacuum of space. Yeah.
Actually, they found stuff that does. That's what's scary.
Of course they did. They found algae on the windshield.
And actually, they say, all right, it's not in the complete vacuum. It's inside a meteor or it's inside of an asteroid where it's encapsulated.
Sure. Okay. Gotcha.
That's one of the things they blame. They said why the Spanish flu struck all over the world the way it did, including isolated Alaskan villages that nobody was to, came down and were wiped out by it, or almost wiped out by it.
I never heard that theory, but okay.
Oh, that wasn't theory. There's all sorts of scientific documentation. They went up to exhume the bodies. Oh, these all died from Spanish flu.
Mm.
And so what happened is on that one, that was about a month, 3 weeks to 4 weeks before it started, you know, the breakout started happening. We went through either a tail of a comet or through some sort of, you know, meteor shower.
And this stuff didn't incinerate upon reentry like everything does.
No, because everything doesn't incinerate totally. It depends how big it is, how fast it's coming in. And if something's in water, and like from the tail of a comet and it's encapsulated in water, it's not going to incinerate. It's just going to warm up and just become vapor in the air and stop its descent. So, but the aliens all took the same surname. Had written, shoot.
Saturday Night Live.
No. This the guy that played the original RoboCop the Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension.
I saw that. That was hokey, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah. They all said it was hokey. It was done as tongue-in-cheek hokey. All right, and it became a cult movie. But yeah. It was John Boutte. No, it's John Boutte. It's John Booty. No, it's Boutte. It's John Warfield. No, it's Anyways, yeah.
And there's the dog barking again.
That brings up another one too. They lost track of the Russian satellite as it came back to Earth today, early in the morning, whatever. How many saw the movie The Andromeda Strain?
I did.
That was a friggin' scary but movie.
Well, when only one guy has the key and he's running to the other side trying to get through to shut it off or whatever it was.
Yeah, and everybody's freaking out thinking he's been infected when he's just been zapped by some of the lasers. But the fact that a virus could get in here and it would affect us, but it has a very narrow range pH environment it can live in. So you start hyperventilating like a baby crying, or your blood is all screwed up by alcohol, you're outside that narrow range pH. I still see that boat spinning in circles in my dreams from time to time. So, there are different things that could cause a invasion of our country, of our world. And then again, so who's doing it? Who's doing it? Which country? Damn it. I just saw it today. One of the countries is pushing for the inhaled airborne
medicine
jab for the really non-existent thing out of Wuhan.
Yeah, it's got to be Europe somewhere.
Yeah, and they're pushing it really hard, and it's like,
I thought it was England. I thought England was doing it.
I don't think it was England, but yeah, it's just really kind of scary that they're trying to invade our bodies. Our own government is trying to invade our bodies. So single aerosol. Come on, who's the AI is not giving up who's doing it. The AI is not giving up who's doing it. Yeah. Either dry powdered or liquid aerosol. There are two ones out there, and they're not giving up here in any of the stuff here on Google. Which country is the country pushing it? But yeah, so that's another one. That's another form of invasion against us. Bushcraft family, how's it going? Agreed. Yes, it's a 70s. I think it's 70, early 70s. And 71, yeah. The Andromeda strain with James Olson, David Wayne, Arthur Hill. Kate Reed was the one that had the epilepsy from flashing red, and in her lab she had all purple, so it didn't do it. But yeah, so yeah, good movie. And let's see if I can put, yeah, yes. So one of our satellites picked something up in space and came back to Earth, and the idiots down there in, I'm not going to name the state, southern western state, found it, and this local doctor goes, "Oh, let's open it up and see what's in here." Talk about opening Pandora's box. But yeah, so the stuff was in there, so the entire town got wiped out. A team with suits, things, and retrieved it, and then their suits started to dissolve and break up because they weren't super high tech. And then later on, even the super high tech suits began breaking up and dissolving. And that's when everybody in the audience started getting nervous. I'm looking around, why is everybody freaking out so bad? I'm not going there, Took. Oh, yeah. So this one I knew, when Phil was suggesting, I knew it was going to go all over the place. But think of all the ways that an invasion could happen against the planet, the country, or you, and which ones can you do something about, and which ones are like, not much I can do about this, but try to hide and survive. Oh yeah, same methods as Anthra. Yeah, yeah, exactly. All right, what else here, folks? Anybody else have any ideas how we could be invaded? Preps.
Robots. AI invasion.
Oh yeah. Oh, we invade ourselves.
Yeah, and forgot to put a kill switch on it, or we did, but they figured out where it is. Yeah, body snatchers.
It's pod people. It's pod people. So what was this? This is pep pay. Is that supposed to be pep spray?
Prep, pray, stay out of the way.
That's prep.
Sorry,
pray.
I forgot to put punctuation in it, but at least I spelled it correctly.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. It looked like you didn't spell the one correctly. I'm thinking you shorten prep pepper spray.
yeah, I got pepper spray. Stay out of my way.
But yeah, the invasion of the body snatchers. Yeah, that's total symbiote invasion as well. That's the other one that's scary too. It's symbiote invasion.
Clones.
No. Next Generation season 3.
Next Generation. Never heard of it.
Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Okay.
Captain Picard, Data.
Yeah.
And season 3, season 4, there's like these little cockroach type things that would into the back of it and take over your body. And you're like, I can't.
And that what Khan did to one of the guys on the Wrath of Khan.
Yes. Same type thing, only a little bit different. And and so basically each one of these things was its own separate identity and just became a symbiote and took over your body. Whereas the other one was just opened you to suggestibility. But what's so strange and scary about the one from the Next Generation? There is a bacteria, or mold rather, bacterial mold that down in the Amazon forest and stuff the spores will get on an ant, get in there, control the ant, and they start eating the ant up from the inside. When it's about ready to go pop, the ant crawls up over a trail where a lot of ants go and goes pop over that trail, and all the spores come down on the trail, and all the ants walking by pick up the spores. And the cycle goes on and on.
Isn't that like a zombie ant or something where it's like hollow, there's nothing left, but it's still moving?
Yeah. It's totally controlled by the spore inside.
That's lovely.
Yeah. Chemical water invasion. Chemical water. Oh, wait a minute. Isn't that what's been going on at UC Berkeley since the 60s?
What, with fluoride?
No, the mind-altering solution in the water at Berkeley.
Yeah. Yeah, Dreamcatcher. That was a freaking wacky movie.
Yeah. So yeah, and the thing is, though, all the movies and books and stuff we come up on a lot of this stuff. Reality's going to be so much weirder.
Yeah, Tuck. He's a fun guy to be around. And at work, I'm a mushroom. They keep me in the dark and feed me bull poop.
Oh yeah, that crap. But then of course we got who is the biggest guy trying to invade us right now?
Bill Gates.
Oh, he got it right out of the box. and what's so strange is when Bill Gates gave a TED talk years back, someone had a copy of it and they scrubbed it from everywhere possible, and now all of a sudden all these copies of it are coming back out, and
of course they are.
He can't keep up with it.
Stick it right in. Yeah, that one. We just
the one where
stick it in.
Using vaccines, we can reduce the population.
Yeah. By 80%.
Yeah. Moon over Miami's in the house. But keeping it simple for us, because there's only so much we can do. For mitigating an invasion, we need to vote the proper people into office. Those that are going to strengthen our laws and let other countries know, no, this ain't going to fly.
Well, that's assuming that our votes actually count and the people that are running are actually going to do what they say, which is rare that it ever happens.
Or if the entire U.S. population signs petitions to do term limits.
Yeah, they don't care. They make their own rules.
No. If it's high enough and they do it, all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's term limits on everybody in Congress. Senators get 1 or 2 terms. Representatives get a max of 6, which is 12 years, which is 2 terms for a senator, which is the max for a president is,
and they should all start at exactly the same time. So everybody gets one. You do the one vote thing, not these randomized votes in the middle that nobody knows about. There's no signs up. Half the population doesn't know about it in your town, and 12 people vote for the next mayor because nobody publicized it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get our city council to push the state to allow them to do the city council elections on the standard year, federal year election and state year elections. They got half the cities and counties in Idaho on every other year on the
opposing years. Yeah.
So it's like
nobody shows up. Like 20% of the people show up to vote.
Either time.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is, get involved in your with your local government, city government, county government, and work it right on up. And because if everybody got involved, just one time, if everybody got involved, there'd be a bunch of people running for the hills from in Congress, just running. Glenn's in the house, out of garden. Yeah, I'm on my second thing of water today. In between the 2 lives, I was outside working on the tractor and in the garden. I almost didn't get back in time to start it. I come in here. Whoa! Seconds left. But yeah, if we're facing any of the other type of invasions we've talked about tonight, viral, bacterial, alien, sentient, alien, non-sentient. Yeah, it ain't much we're gonna be able to do against that stuff.
No.
don't fall on the main election. Yeah.
Yeah, the movie Contagion, where the opening scene is Fort Detrick. I used to live and I overlooked that entire complex on the side of the hill in Maryland. That was freaky that I knew that.
Yeah.
And we knew people that said, don't go there on Thursdays. This is years ago. It's like, why? It's like, it's monkey burning day. You could smell it. It was like, really? They're like, oh, yeah. It was Thursdays was monkey burning day.
Well, Thursdays here is the Idaho Supreme mashed potato factory is cleaning out the vats from the sour cream and onion mashed potato mix.
Oh, that must smell lovely.
Oh, it's nasty. It smells nothing like sour cream and onion.
Oh,
absolutely nothing like it.
Rotten milk.
No, not even that. It's all artificial chemical. It smells like
yummy.
It smells like a pigsty.
And where do they dump that? Urine. Right, Snake River. It's safe and effective. It's fine.
No, actually, they wash all their stuff into our city's sewer ponds.
Oh, so that messes up the bacterial stuff in the sewer.
Actually, does actually bacteria feeds on that stuff. It's crazy. But yeah, got back from a local plant. Hang on, I'm gonna put this one up here.
Jamaican allspice.
All right. When was this? I think it was last night. Somebody put in the chat. The biggest liars are
politicians.
Plant or enthusiasts / gardeners who go to the nursery stand. I'm just going to look.
Yeah, well, I have plenty of seeds from last year. Ooh, I don't think I have this one. Let me buy 12. You get home, you go, I did the same thing last year. Now I got 36 of the same one. I better plant the ones from 2 years ago.
I'm going to, okay, hang on. Steve, when you're instead of facing away from it with your bare feet up on the cushion, facing so the breeze is coming from your back, put the feet in front of you and tell me what you smell. Anything, if it's anything close to my brother, all the hairs in your nose are going to burn out. My brother could clear a room so fast just by kicking his shoes off.
Lovely.
It's the invasion of the toe jam.
It was great with peanut butter.
Lee's in the house. Cold War Preppers here. Yeah. So yeah, there's like I said, I pretty much covered everything. Ways to mitigate a illegal one is make sure we get our legislatures are doing their due diligence as public servants, not as lords and ladies over us, as public servants.
We have plumbing in the shower.
Just to make sure they know they're being watched, and push constantly for term limits. And here's the interesting thing: the federal government doesn't have to do term limits for federal government. The states can put term limits on their representatives going to Congress. They can limit their own people going to Congress.
Yeah, but they won't because, well, whatever. They're all paid off by the same people.
Well, the thing is that you get enough, it's easier for a referendum on a state level to pass than on the national level.
Yeah, but you got to get the referendum to pass, and you can have everybody sign a document in the state, everybody, but they still have to pass it in their little office. Like,
no, they don't. No. It's passed without their be able to say yay or nay on it. It's not put before them to vote on. The voters vote on it, and they got to live with it.
Yeah, but don't you have to get it in the system so people go to vote on it?
No, that's easy to do. So long as you get the required number of signatures. Myra Page is in the house. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So that's the invasion. You know, I knew this one was going to be hokey and controversial and off the wall this way, that way, and the other way. But yeah, you know, an invasion. You know, there's so many different ways for an invasion to go on. Oh! Now I'm going. Oh, wait a minute! I forgot the worst invasion of all. The invasion of the snowflakes into our school system.
That already happened.
Yeah, well, it's not all school systems, but they're trying. The thing is, they got kicked out here, and several other states have kicked them out and saying no. Kaylin probably knows which state has put the one state passed the thing, teaching from the Bible back in, and another one put in. Shoot, I'm just having a brain fart. All the different things. Ferocious, how's it going? And so, yeah, there are a lot of them just taking the crap and tossing it out. And several schools have banned the rainbow flag.
All right, that's all right. But some states voted to make that flag a state flag so they can hang it back up again, which bypasses whatever the other vote. Oh, yeah, there's a few states on that I read about. I'm like, really? Yep, they're that bad. I think Colorado was one of them.
Yeah. Arkansas is one that did that. Thank you, Kaylin. Oh, well. What's the temperature where you guys are at right now, folks?
I'm sitting at 64.
64. Jeez. Let me see.
What it was nice and cool here today. A little cooler tonight. It'll be cool again. It's only going up to like 73 tomorrow.
Yeah.
We got that high pressure that dropped down in, and after the storms went through, and it's just holding tight right now.
Yeah. I'm trying to get mine to come on. Hang on in here.
As long as I don't get a frost, I'm good.
Come on. It's sitting there. I got the thing of death going on. There we go. All right. The temperature here. Oh, all right. It just dropped to 79.
Jeez.
Yeah, dropped to 79. It was 80 at the beginning of
your show.
No. Shadow. The earlier one was Shadow.
Oh,
at 12 o'clock Mountain Time, it was 80 degrees here. Got up to 85 around about 3:30.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
And then you'll get snow in a week. Yeah.
No, right now we're looking at 30% chance of rain showers tonight. Temperatures dropping down to 55.
Oh, you get some nice winds to go with that.
Yeah, wind speeds 9 to 17 miles per hour. Gusts could be as high as 28. Tomorrow, 40 to 70% chance of rain. High is 75 tomorrow. We're getting the Phoenix, Arizona rainstorm tomorrow. In other words, you go out there in your Speedo and with a bar of soap and you take a shower in the rain.
Yeah, I don't think I want to see that. Please don't do it live.
No, I don't do that. Monday, it's 73 and sunny. Tuesday, 60% chance of rain with a high of 59. Raining Tuesday night with 70% chance on rain Tuesday night. Wednesday is 80% chance of rain with a high of 54. And what's the low? Low is 40 degrees. And the low is 40 degrees. And then the low is 44 on Friday. And we're back at we got 65 on Friday, 64 on Saturday.
Well, that ain't bad.
Ain't bad. It means I don't have to go out. If it does rain, it means I don't have to go out there and water the garden. But Monday, hopefully the lawn dries up enough that I can mow the lawn so it's not 6 feet tall the next chance I get to mow it.
I just did my back today with my new mower, and it was about 12. Well, some areas were about 12 to 14 inches tall. So, yeah, quarter row pass instead of the full row because that thing was just binding up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember the first year I was up here, spring of 2000. Make sure I retired 18. Yeah, so spring of 2019, on June 4th, it snowed here. And the temperatures were in the highs were in the low 60s, upper 50s.
Yeah, must have been that extra stuff they sprayed in the sky to help precipitate something.
Yeah. All right. Oh, ow. Oh. Well, I think we've had a good day today enough. Should have had. I hope you guys found it entertaining enough. All right. Down a prepper pantry haul video. All right. So coming up here, Monday. Let me get back up to the top here. Okay. So Monday on Camp Patton Family Compound is preserving your bounty. Can you do it? We're going to talk about, canning, freeze drying, dehydrating, what plants, we're just going to be kind of a catch-all. It's sort of like a wrap of some of the last several ones we've done over the spring so far here to bring all the preserving your bounty all together. Tuesday on Gray Man Prepping, 5 skills and 3 that no one thinks of that you want. So 5 skills and 3 more that nobody thinks about that you want.
Wait, a skill saw, a skill drill, a skill weed whacker, skill. Oh, wait, not that kind of skill, huh? Damn it.
No. Gardening, medical, whatever, then, horseshoeing, blacksmithing, stuff like that, whatever. The 3 that nobody thinks about, 5 you want, yeah. Itchy nose here. All right. Thursday's the Midnight Ride. Friday on Camp Patton, why growing what you eat is so important. Right, so that's the topic on Friday. Friday is why growing what you eat is so important. And then next Saturday here, the events explored. After the U.S. economy collapses, what are your plans?
Same plans that are right now.
Try to get your land all paid off beforehand, so you have it the deed in your hand. Put it in a trust, so you're not responsible for it. And if you fall behind in taxes, they can't take it because it's in a trust. Yeah, isolate yourself. Yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about next Saturday here. And I forgot to ask Jaron what's his topic for next Saturday.
He'll post it this week.
Yeah, he said he got about 8. He has about 8 of them from PV,
right?
That have made topics for it. So he's going to be pulling some of those out. Wench taming.
Arr! Is that the Taming of the Shrew? Didn't I have to read that book in like 7th grade?
No, I think it's a different type of wench. Arr, give me a rum. All right, everyone. Thanks for coming in, and hopefully we'll see you Monday over on Camp Patton. Unless it's not raining tomorrow, and I can get out there a video camera and video everything I did on the tractor today. I was just going, too fast to set anything up for videoing. So, anyways, all right. Stay safe. Stay happy. Add to your preps. We'll see you Monday. Take care.
Have a good night.